Good afternoon, LCC Gaming here, and I have a quick video to share with you guys. So this morning, some cool information leaked out about Microsoft and their future plans when it comes to Xbox. Some things are pretty nearby and are coming much sooner than what we expected. And we also have an update on what we can expect for next generation Xbox consoles. So this information is coming from videocards.com, and this is all stemming from the recent court case versus FTC and Microsoft. And these are some documents that were leaked out recently. So, as we can tell from this first slide, there is a brand new Xbox Series X refresh, codenamed Brooklyn. They're ditching the, eh, I guess, fridge. That's the main meme that everyone was using. They're ditching the fridge design with a cylinder design, and as you can also tell, they got rid of the disk drive. So now this is an all digital console. Outside that, not a lot has changed with the internals of this console. Now, we do know that it will have improved Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities, and thanks to the 6 nanometer die shrink, which improves efficiency, it'll have better power efficiency. So power should be down by at least 15%, which is actually pretty neat. So it won't be using as much power as it did in the past with the original base Series X. And we're also getting 2 terabytes of storage. So this console will have 2 terabytes of storage, no longer the 1 terabyte as the original Series X console. It will also have a USB-C front port. I expect that it's right here. I can't tell if it is right here. This is a blurry image. I can't really tell, but I suspect that'll be right here. And outside that, with these new changes, this console will come in at the same price of $499, same as the original Series X console. I don't know if this is going to be replacing it, but this is pretty interesting. This is a different look. This is not your typical Xbox look. But I mean, I can't really judge it right now. I think I have to see it in person to kind of give my full opinion on what I think about it. But outside that, nothing new coming with performance on this console. Up next is the Xbox Series S refresh, codenamed Elwood. Now, nothing is changing with the design here. Everything's the exact same. Now, we do know that it does have the same improvements when it comes to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It also has better power efficiency, so it should be down by at least 20%. And we do know that they are ditching the 500 gigs with a 1 terabyte SSD, which is pretty neat. And it also comes with a brand new Xbox controller, just as the Series X refresh, which we'll talk about in a bit. And it comes in at the same price of $299. So nothing new, nothing groundbreaking with the Series S refresh. There's just some light minor upgrades coming to it. Here are the mid-gen goals from Microsoft. If you want to pause the video and just take a look at it, you can. Now, we have a timetable for when we expect these consoles to be launching. So the Series S refresh, we expect that to be coming out in September of 2024, and the Series X refresh should be coming out somewhere in November of 2024. So actually, that's pretty nearby. So about a year away from these consoles coming out, which is actually pretty cool to know. Now, for the one part that I am really excited about coming up in future with Xbox is their brand new controller. And if you look at it, this is a nice looking controller. I like the design of this, especially with the two-tone look. This white part seems to be glossy, and the rest of it seems to be matte black. It actually goes really well. I think it look amazing in any setup. I just hope that they have more colors than just white. If they have blue, oh my gosh, I'm taking that immediately. But if we can look at the more details about this controller, it actually will have a rechargeable battery, so no more AA batteries. We're saying goodbye to those. So it's been a long time coming, but we're finally at the point where we can finally charge our Xbox controller automatically. These controllers will also have swappable thumbsticks. So just like the Xbox Elite controller, you can swap out your thumbsticks. This also will allow you to swap out your thumbsticks. And at the bottom here, this matte black part, it has haptic speakers and rumbles. So I'm guessing that in certain games you'll hear something come out of it, which is actually pretty neat. But the rumbles, this is very similar to how PlayStation's DualSense acts, which helps with the immersion of you playing a video game. And you can definitely tell that this is their attempt at combating the DualSense controller. A lot of the features on here seem to be targeted at basically mimicking what the DualSense does best, which is the haptic features. But a cool thing about this controller is that if you don't have, if you're not interested in getting the mid-gen refresh, and if you already have a Series S or X console, you can just buy this controller. If you're just interested in buying it, you could just buy it, and you could pair it up with your console, and you're good to go. And this will also pair up with your PC as long as you have Bluetooth, and you can also connect it to your phone as well. So that's pretty neat. This is a overall, I am excited for this controller. It does look nice. All right, now for the last part of this video, I just want to say that this is something that I do feel bad for the people working on Xbox. This is something that we never, we normally don't get this type of information, especially during this time, during the prime of the current generation of consoles. And this is something that, we expect to get years from now. But thanks to these leaked documents, we have an idea of what Microsoft is planning for their next generation of Xbox consoles. So for a while, there were some rumors going around that we may not even have a next generation of consoles and that they were planning on just going cloud-based gaming completely. Now, from what we can tell, that is part of the plan, but we do know that Microsoft is developing brand new Xbox console, which will be coming out in 2028. So basically, this does confirm that they will be working on a brand new next generation of Xbox consoles, which is pretty cool. So down here, we do know that they still have things to figure out. They're trying to figure out if they're going to use an ARM 64 or AMD 64 Zen 6 CPU. They're also debating if they want to use big/little cores with a CPU, and also what are they going to do when it comes to graphics, such as co-designing with AMD or license AMD IP using RDNA 5, Navi 5 for the GPU. And down here, you can tell that this console or consoles, we're not sure yet, is having a focal point of improving ray tracing. You can tell that that's basically what they want to do: improve ray tracing, global illumination, rendering optimizations. They want to make the games look much better, and I think you're going to need a lot of good hardware to do that. And at this point, we're at a point where, especially like ray tracing, it's really hard to run. Even the current generation of consoles have a hard time running ray tracing. The Xbox Series S just can't do ray tracing. It just can't. It's not powerful enough to do so. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, they both can, but they're having a hard time doing so themselves. But that is cool that we are seeing that they are planning on making this a focal point, which is making games look much better and improving performance. Now, over here, we do know that they are interested in, using AI and especially like AI game testing and AI when it comes to super resolution, which is upscaling. So AI is going to do the upscaling. You're going from like, let's say 720p. The AI renders that resolution all the way up to 1080p. So you're upscaling to 1080p, making that 720p image look like a 1080p image, which works really well, especially when it comes to DLSS. Hardware-based upscaling does look a little jagged. It has some weird effects like AMD's FSR2. I really don't like it that much, but I mean, if I had to choose, really it's the like NVIDIA's DLSS, I would say that's much better than AMD's FSR technology, just because the AI upscaling does look much better than the image that the hardware-based upscaling does give off. And they are planning on using frame inter interpolation, which basically is inserting fake frames between real frames. So if your game is running at 30 FPS, not the smoothest experience, the game will basically have a performance increase of 2 times and maybe even 3 times of what your base frame rate will be. So let's just say that it's at 30 FPS. You turn on like something like frame generation or FSR3 from AMD, and basically you're going from 30 FPS to 60 FPS, and sometimes some instances in some games you're going to 90 FPS, maybe even 100. That's a huge performance uplift. I love using that, especially like with my NVIDIA graphics card. It's amazing. It makes games much smoother. Now there's some issues with latency, but let's be honest, you don't really notice it that much when you're using a controller. Now using mouse and keyboard, you do notice that, but nothing where I would say that, yeah, this is not a deal breaker. I mean, it's really good technology. And I'm glad to see that Microsoft is also planning on doing that for the next generation of Xbox consoles. Now, look over here. As I said, they do plan on releasing this on 2028. Not where, I mean, nothing is certain here. I mean, this can change at any time, but it is cool to know that they are planning on releasing a brand new Xbox a console for the year 2028. That's the plan so far. And right here is just basically some milestones and some things that they want to work on for the next 5 years until that, well, not 5 years, 6 years actually, till 2029. So yeah, they have some stuff that they want to work on, but outside that, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know how you feel about all this. Are you interested in any of the mid-gen refreshes coming up? How do you feel about this new look Xbox Series X? Are you interested in getting the Series S or X refresh, or are you any of you guys interested in getting the new controller, which I think looks pretty nice? How do you feel about this? And what are your thoughts on the brand new next generation Xbox consoles coming out? This is some pretty cool news. How do you guys feel about this? Let me know down below in the comment section, and I'll make sure to read those and respond to you guys. But anyways, yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.